Welcome back to Of Dice and Friends, your weekly serving of magic, mayhem, and misadventure. I'm Joey, your host and dungeon master, and you're all level 8.
Yay!
What?
So, a few of you are rolling. If you'd like to, I think.
It's not just me and Nolan?
Yeah, I was going to say,
wee fools are rolling.
Oh, Greg, you're being an idiot too?
Yep.
Welcome.
Ooh, an 8.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Some max.
okay, I got a
Oh
5.
my god, my die is just spinning and spinning like a
that.
top. Did you
that's-
see that?
That's
Attention.
amazing. I'm
I don't
watching.
even know how that
It's
happened.
still going.
It's still...
Oh, it just dropped.
Fuck.
What is it?
It's a 5.
6?
Oh,
That's
you
your
rolled better
max.
than me?
I lied. It's a 2.
I was like, what?
It's a 2. That was crazy. I've never seen a die spin like that.
So yeah, I'm like the walking tank, which is bizarre for a druid, but Hey.
What's your HP?
well, I'm at 64.
Oh my god.
Plus with the hail of
Ugh.
spores, that brings me up to 96.
96?
And then if I add
Wow.
in the hit points from a
triple
creature that I wild shape into, I don't know if those stack. Joey, do you know?
I believe they stack.
Yeah. So whatever creature I, wild shape into, I get those hit points as well. So I could be well over 100.
Ew.
Tana, what
And
are you at?
hold on.
Just for comparison.
I am at a sturdy and stout 33.
Can I give her some of mine?
No.
I am so squishy.
Wow.
I feel like
got-
I'll take some of her fireballs in exchange for some of my hit points.
I'm a very squishy tiefling.
Finian, you are tanky.
Yeah,
Hey,
very.
everybody. Good to be back. Nolan here, playing Mo the Monk. A level 8 monk, a real monk, finally, I hope. And I got to tell you, I was just taking a stroll the other day, and I saw this massive beehive, but there was no entrance to it, which was really weird. I mean, like, I would call it unbelievable. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like, they can't leave.
Hi, I'm Greg, and I play JR Ranstar. So, continuing on pets, I'll talk about JR. Grew up with a bunch of dogs, and they were all dachshunds and corgis.
Oh my god.
Okay, that makes
Because
sense.
every time his dad would go out, he knew his mom loved dogs, so he'd always come back after a long trip of killing monsters with a little dog.
Wow.
Except for he had one dog that wasn't a dachshund or corgi, and it was like a big Saint Bernard he found. And he named it Macaroni, and that was his dog.
I'm Rachel. I play Tana. My pet story is not so cute. In Mount Orem, there are these big lizards. They look kind of like iguanas. And Tana had one as a pet. She hid it when she was very young. She was a youngling. And when her older half brothers discovered it, they put it on a spit and roasted it.
Oh.
Yet another reason why Tana, of all people, is actually a vegetarian.
That would do it.
Yep.
Maybe that'll do it.
I'm Aaron, and I play Finian the elf. So Finian didn't have pets growing up because, well, he was his own pet. In fact, if he turned into a dog, he'd be his own best friend.
I don't know if that's sad or not. I can't tell.
Hey, I'm Sarek. I play Heen the Scion, and despite being the int scaler for the group, I can't remember my rules ever. So, yeah.
Telling you just got to play a class that punches things.
Yeah, that's on you for picking Scion. And with that, it's time for our story to continue.
Boys, let's please raise our glasses and cans. I have a really special toast today. May you live as long as you want and not want for as long as you live. That's an Irish toast. But cinnamon, eggs, bread, and maple syrup, that's a French toast. Cheers!
Cheers. I'll cheers that. That was good.
And now I'm hungry.
Chapter 21, To the Grave. Mo, you stand atop a psionic platform suspended in midair. Before you is the angry mob of monks which consumed Horus. Behind you is the smoldering remains of the Baron's Manor, around which townsfolk have begun gathering. A handful of monks, used to covering up for Sensei, have instinctually ran to calm the crowd, reassuring them that the situation is under control. For the time being, the Noodles and company is safe from persecution. Though, aside from Heen, who stands below you, you haven't seen the other three since entering this mess of a manor.
I'm going to be looking down at this crowd that is just divulged into madness. I'm just going to kind of rub the back of my neck. Wow, that's not that wasn't how I imagined that. I'll look over to Heen. Do we do a good job, buddy?
Looking out over the crowd, I'm sure they're just completely confused, flabbergasted what just happened. I know I would be. I'll turn to Mo. Perhaps we should go before the show turns more focus on us.
Oh yeah, we should definitely skedaddle. Wait, on that note, did everyone else already leave or I'll look at the mansion or
I did what I could to hold it together.
So after realizing our friends are probably in there, I'm gonna jump off the platform. Don't worry, guys. Oh God, we'll get you out of there. And I'm just gonna start digging like a dog through the
It's
rubble.
still burning, right?
Yeah.
To the other three of you, are you even still alive?
Yeah. I'm still alive, and I'm brushing off, and I'm trying to help Raphiram. I pull out his gag, and I ask him, Raphiram, are you injured?
He looks down at the blood pool at his feet. No, I'm all right.
I'll remove this horrible contraption.
Please, the Seeker put me in this. It's disrupting my spellcasting.
And then I'll need your help. My friends may be trapped in this building.
He'll look to the collapsed mess. Okay.
I love it when the DM gets snarky.
As you remove the straitjacket made of razor blades, he winces as his skin begins to singe in the sun, and he'll scramble for any bit of shade he can from the burning manor.
Shit, you know that elf allergy to sunlight's bad if
It's
he's
bad.
freaking out about sunlight when he's just in razors.
Yeah.
Raphiram, I have spare robes. Come back and I'll give it to you.
You come to me. I'm not going out there.
All right, I pull the robes out of my pack.
He'll don the robe. Oh, that's better. All right, your friends, they're in that mess?
I don't know. Hopefully they all get out, but we should discover this quickly.
Okay, where do we start?
We should go look around the building.
So yeah, I mean, like right now, I'm just scrambling, throwing pieces of burning wood off the pile, and I guess I'll roll an investigation and see if I
Sure.
see anything. Okay, I got a 12.
You're not making a lot of headway. There is a lot of house to dig through, and it's hot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, I step up at this point, and you see a projection appear underneath one of the logs that you were struggling against to pull off, and it simply pushes it out of the way. Cantilever effect is the proper method for removing.
Okay,
large
listen, I
cubes.
know. Thank you for the
Yes.
cantaloupe lesson, but I'm looking right now. Okay.
I'll start helping him dig, and I'll use my my knowledge of construction to help remove the pieces faster.
Deconstruction.
With Heen's help, you manage to find JR's hat.
Just his hat?
Just his hat.
I'll scoop it up and like just on my knees in an overly dramatic pose. No!
I'll just walk up. Like, oh, you found my hat. Thanks, Mo. And I'll grab it and put it on.
But what? Wait. I thought you were in the building.
Oh, I was. Apparently there was a side door this whole time. We could have just bypassed everything. That's how I escaped so fast.
Wow.
I think we're missing someone. Or two.
Yeah,
Or three.
we're missing a lot of people, man. Can we let's keep looking.
So I'm running around the side of the building with Raphiram to try to see what's happened because we're not on the side of the building you're on.
You run around the side and you see the monks as well as JR, Mo, and Heen digging through the rubble.
Well,
A few yards away, you'll just see like sparks coming up through the rubble.
Guys, can fire catch on fire?
No, but it looks like we're missing Tana. That might be her.
No,
Go
those
quickly.
are embers. They're perfect for roasting marshmallows.
Raphiram and I
Some campfire lore for you.
Your care and concern is overwhelming.
finding the charred bodies of Tana and the dwarf, I pull out mushrooms and put them on a stick and start roasting away.
No, Finian, hang on. Heen's got a cantaloupe he can do. I'll start following you.
What?
Roasted cantaloupes are pretty good.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
While they're all having this conversation, I'm going to completely ignore it, and I'm going to reach out to Tana's mind, and you feel the pressure Are you all right?
You know, depends on your definition of all right. Could you stick?
Okay. She still has sass, so she is all right. Let us dig, and I will summon a few shovels so we can get through the rubble and get through the dirt faster.
You will find me splayed out with a broken bottle of wine in each hand. I'm pretty hurt. I have 2 HP left. Bleeding. Wow. I'm burnt by fire. But I am still drinking. Like double fisting, so I'm probably not dead.
Why are you drinking?
That way if she
Why
hits
aren't
0,
I drinking?
Fair.
that way if she hits 0 HP, she explodes from all the alcohol inside.
Flammable.
Yeah.
Kaboom. Okay, I'm going to do a medicine check on our poor friend here.
You don't need to. Everything's broken. And what isn't broken is charred.
Fearum, can you help with healing?
Oh, of course. No, I'd really like to leave this place.
I think he should heal himself.
These,
It's like stepping in your blood.
yeah, yeah, he's okay.
I'm not.
Maybe someone should drag Tana out of there. And I think, did anyone happen to see the tunnel that we were supposed to go to, or are we just gonna run?
It's over there. I'll point underneath that other pile of wreckage.
Raphiram will come help you up, though he'll grunt almost as much as you are from the pain. All right, I got you. You're all right now.
I don't think you've got me.
I got this. I'll pick both of them up and just put them on both shoulders.
Did he cast any kind of cure wounds on her?
Yeah,
or-
now that they're
okay.
both dangling from JR's shoulders, he'll begin casting healing magic.
I'll just keep drinking.
Now that we've got Tana back,
Sort of.
I will go to the side of the house she kind of vaguely pointed to and start digging. If she's as intoxicated as I think she is, she's not going to be much help pointing out exactly where it is.
It's over there! And I'll just kind of flail my finger back and forth in that general direction.
Luckily, you were in the cellar with her. You do kind of remember where there was a big heavy metal door. So you do find it.
Pulling a few of the last bricks and other burning collateral aside, the door is accessible.
Exactly where I said it would be.
Thank you, Tana. I have the key.
I'm going to toss the key to you.
I'll grab it and look for a keyhole. Is this
Yeah.
a standard door?
Yeah, there's just like a padlock on it, basically.
Wow, that is a nice padlock. I should probably make a mental note of where to buy that. I'll stick it in, turn it, and pray it's not armed with some type of trap.
No, the metal door swings open, and there is a dark tunnel on the other end.
I'll motion to the group and step in.
And you do. It takes about a half hour of wandering through this dark tunnel. There are no torches or anything. It's just pitch black.
I'll lead.
Yeah, Finian with dark vision leads. That makes sense. And at the end, you find it leads to a ladder that goes up to a hatch that's locked from the inside. There's no key to it, just a simple lock.
I'll just be like, oh, don't worry, Tunnel, and I'll throw her up. Rivera, you're next.
No,
Yeah, me too.
Well, he's an elf. He's pretty small.
Guys, just hang on 1 second. I know.
Oh, do you want me to
Literally-
throw you too? I'll pick
I'm
up Mo.
literally hanging on to a rung, dangling.
I know it's probably a lie, but he's so manipulative. I just don't know if it was true or not. Sensei did tell me that Oren was involved, so we just gotta be careful. I don't know if we can trust him either.
I'm gonna go with it's the opposite of whatever Sensei said.
But I rolled a nat 1, so I believe it.
I'll be dragging myself up. Am I healed? Did anyone
you're
heal?
okay. Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, no, Raphiram gave you.
Raphiram healed you for
cast
12
some-
HP.
Oh, I got 12. Cool. So I'm only mostly bleeding now. Okay. I will pull myself up the rungs of the ladder. How long is it?
It's just 10 feet up.
I will do that. Is there a door or anything I can swing open?
Just a metal hatch in the ceiling you can swing open.
I
doesn't-
will explode it open.
Yeah.
No,
Fireball it.
no.
I will explode it open.
Sunlight pours in from outside, and after walking so long in the dark, it takes a moment for your eyes to adjust, but There you are in the grassy hills outside Applestead, far enough away that the mass of angry townsfolk can't see you.
We should probably locate Oren.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was going to meet us here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see him.
We should at least take cover while we wait for him, lest some nosy monks come looking.
True.
Looking around for a place to hide, you see some 40 feet away, Oren lies between two hills, tangled up in his own angelic wings. Blood seeps into the grass around him. He is motionless.
But he'll be okay, right?
Yeah, he's just sleeping.
Oh, thank God.
I don't know. It'll probably take a medicine check to be sure.
I'll rush over and investigate.
I'll limp behind you.
I think Raphiram is probably going to be with me as well.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead and roll medicine with advantage because Raphiram is helping you.
I rolled a 16.
You see that his body is riddled with arrows and pitchfork stab wounds and lacerations from shears. It looks like he flew here but succumbed to his wounds just before arriving. There's some bruising from where he collapsed. He fell out of the sky and hit the ground.
My first thought is, why would he have suffered these injuries with the kinds of capabilities he has?
You are reminded that he gave you a lot of his power to heal you and get the five of you prepared to fight Sensei.
So he was overwhelmed by the
And then he
townsfolk,
went
the
to
angry
distract
townsfolk.
the townsfolk.
Finian, he's going to be okay, right?
I don't think so.
He is deceased. You do notice one more thing. His gi is torn open around his chest. Both his hands cover the exposed area near his heart. And though his hands are bloody, the skin underneath is not. It seems he was covering something.
Huh.
Loot the body. It's the D&D way.
I point this out to the rest of the group. They may not have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll kind of walk up and slide past you and Raphiram, and I'll kneel down and I'll hold his hands and kind of just whisper, "Thanks, Oren. Thanks for helping us. I actually don't think we could have done that without you." And then I'll notice something's in his hands, so I'll move them. Ugh.
His hands have just begun to stiffen from rigor mortis. He's not actually holding anything, but you see there's a tattoo on his chest that it seems like he was protecting. It's a black ink tattoo resembling a series of storm clouds. The phrase Yabu's Rise is tattooed above it, and below are 3 numbers, a date, a little more than 2 months from today.
Guys, he has a really badass tattoo, but I don't know how to read.
Does anybody know what this means?
Hold on, and I'll reach in my pocket and pull out a cloth that has the same symbol.
Where
My
did you get
brother
that?
gave me this, and he said it had to deal with me dying. Maybe you're right. Sensei wasn't lying. Maybe this guy cut off my head.
That's a lot to unpack right now, JR.
And maybe he killed you too. Maybe he's killing all of us.
Tana, do you still have the book that we recovered from which we can ask questions?
I am kind of drunk. When you say book, do you mean a literary book?
No, the book of questioning. Book of answers.
Oh, that book! I'll pat around my pockets. I've got a rock. I've got a whole bunch of gold I haven't spent. I've got JR's diary.
That's private, and it's a journal.
There's some really good stuff in here, JR. And I'll set it on the ground. And, oh, yeah. I'll pull out another book from my pocket. I've got the book of omniscience. Omniscience?
May I inspect the book to
Sure
make sure it wasn't damaged?
Thing, Finny, buddy. I'll toss it to you.
She throws this book to me. Okay. I catch it clumsily.
Hey, is Oren dead?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, That's really sad. I'll just go sit next to him and cry a little bit.
Oh.
I didn't realize he was dead.
Does anybody object if we potentially use this book to try to determine what this means?
Well, I mean, this answer is why I got my head cut off, so I'm all for it.
I'm okay with it.
You look at me, I'm staring contemplatively at the body, and I'll just nod my head slightly, but without leaving, or without my eyes leaving it.
We have gone this long without asking a question of this book, which may have been to our disadvantage, but given what we've seen today, and the tie to you, JR, with this symbol, I think it would make sense to ask a question. I just don't know what question to ask.
We should word it very carefully.
I
What if
agree.
it's some kind of trick?
Even if it isn't a trick, we have to ask the question to gain as much information as we can.
Well, why don't you ask that question? What question do we ask to get the best answer?
Rafiram chuckles.
Vivian, ask the book what question we should ask.
I think we should not waste our question asking the question we
Vivian.
should ask.
Vivian,
Yes, Tana.
ask what question we should ask.
No, Tana.
She has a point. We
Do
should
you
ask
know
a
what-
question.
Do you know what Yabu's Rise is?
Yes, it's a city far north. It's full of artificers and knowledge. It's where I went to school. It's a place of great learning. It's weird that they would reference it in this.
And this symbol.
It's a storm. I don't know. There is a big storm up there.
Something doesn't sit well with me. This is a series of coincidences, and the pieces do not fit. For example, why would he have this date tattooed on his body? Did he use the last of his power to inscribe it upon himself? Was it done prematurely, knowing we would find it? And the fact that JR also has the same symbol.
That seems to correspond to your death.
Yes, he did know me too.
I mean, I think if we find out what happens on the date, we could maybe put that together. What's going on?
But obviously this is an orchestration of some kind. A trap.
Conspiracy, perhaps.
As they're discussing this, I'm gonna grab Tana and pull her aside.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor, Tana? Could you help me cremate Oren? I don't want to just leave his body here.
Yeah. I can help you with that. Where do you want to do it?
I mean, probably just right here, in the middle of a dry forest.
Okay. I'll kind of like slap my cheeks a little bit to sober up. And I will kneel beside Orin and gesture you to do the same. And I'll put my hands on his body and close my eyes and say, thank you for lending us the strength that we didn't have, Orin. And then I'll look at you.
I'll just take a moment. Oren, thanks for giving us the final steps here, and I'm glad that we got to redeem ourselves. And then I'll pat him on the shoulder.
With my hands still pressed on his body, you will see fire blossoming from my fingers and spreading across his body, almost like water being poured over him, and he will erupt into flames. I will control it enough so the rest of the grass doesn't catch on fire. And then I'll take your hand and stand up.
Do you know him well?
He was one of my mentors for the longest time, and I don't know, now that he's gone, I kind of wish I had listened more closely.
I didn't know him at all, and yet he died for me. He died for us. I wish I knew him better.
Which question should we ask first? Perhaps about this symbol and its origin?
That's a good idea, but we don't even know what the date means, so we might as well just ask that first.
Okay, we can start with that.
You verbally ask the question of what happens in Yabu's Rise on this day, and the book magically flips to the right page, and in tiny 2-point font, it highlights a section that is the answer to your question. Reading it aloud, it says, "There will be a meeting of those who follow the Tome of Insights, and they will have gathered the 7 most important people in the world."
You said it'll bring together the 7 strongest? Well, I
most
wonder
important.
who the other 2 are. Drop sunglasses.
The real party, not us.
Joey's running a side hustle podcast.
Yeah.
I pick up the symbol. I essentially show it to the book.
Yeah. Okay. What is this symbol?
I guess I'll take the parchment, or maybe that makes
'cause
more
it
sense
was-
because I can't take it
They
off
just
yet.
burnt his body. So
Right,
they wouldn't-
exactly. So I take the parchment that JR is holding, and I hold it in front of the book, and I say,
Book of Omniscience. What is the origin of this symbol?
The book will once again flip to another page, this time fairly nearby to the other page it was at. And in highlighted text, it reads, "This is the symbol of Thogoth, though in the past 400 years, it has become the symbol of the gathering storm, those who still follow him." Thogoth is the storm giant, the demigod of solitude. So this is the symbol of the gathering storm, his followers.
He made the people? Or is that the desert?
He made Asimar.
Oh,
Desert made humans.
well, that's a whole lot of information we just got.
What do you make of this, JR? Does that mean anything to you, or maybe to your brother?
well, my brother said he hadn't found anything, so I don't think he knows.
Do you remember the precise words he spoke to you when he handed you that cloth?
He said it was on a priest that claimed he killed me.
Wow, that's very interesting that you're connected to this in some way. My curiosity is getting the better of me. I feel like this would be a journey potentially worth taking.
I mean, also, like, I'm not like a mathematician or anything, but JR like shoots lightning, and like this is a storm cloud. So like, that's probably
I
related.
do say a lot. I am the storm.
You want to go figure out how you lost your head?
I mean, I kind of don't want to know, but I do. You know
Let's
what I mean?
find. Yeah, I can understand that.
Well, it speaks of individuals of great power following the Tome of Insight, and then a symbol that refers to one of the demigods of creation.
It's your head, JR. But if you want to go find out where it's rolling and why, I'll go with you.
Finian, I understand if that is the path you wish to take, but I need to head north to Miarum. I have to finish our mission that we need to start there.
Well, it seems that north is the direction we need to go either way.
Well, we could travel to the swamps, finish our mission, and then to this, something rise.
I can only speak for myself. I can't ask my friends here to undertake such a dangerous mission. Certainly can't force them to.
I mean, like, we got like 2 months to kill. So
What's the worst thing that could be in a swamp? Some toads,
Water.
water.
Tasty tadpoles.
If I recall correctly, from the moments before my death, a large, dangerous black dragon awaits us in the swamp.
Ooh.
I think my schedule's pretty booked up there, Finian.
And a goblin empire that is being led by this dragon.
Goblins and a dragon.
Yes.
Sounds fun.
I could go kill some goblins.
If we're headed north, anyway, guys, my hometown is actually that way. So if you guys wouldn't mind, could we just stop there on the way?
You have a family debt, don't you?
Yeah, I still have to figure out how to pay that. I don't really have any gold on me.
I got gold. You can have my gold. What
Yeah,
am I
you
going to
can
buy?
have Tana's gold.
I have no use for gold.
I will
Unless-
shoot JR a dirty look. JR, you've got more gold than all the rest of us. Give your
Hey,
friends
you don't know
some...
that. You weren't there.
I don't have to be there to know all the other times I've seen you pocketing gold. Give your friends some
You
gold.
just clink with your
Yeah, you literally probably clink when you walk.
I
Do you weigh,
sleep
like,
on it
3
night,
tons?
just
The point, Mo, is we have gold.
Okay.
Also, we need a place to probably rest for a little bit. If you
think-
live there, you think we could stay at where you're from?
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense to me.
The 6 of you, of course, the 5 of you joined with Raphiram, hit the road, walking towards Skystead, where Mo grew up. Along the way, do you guys do anything? The trip will take a few days.
Well,
What's the terrain like? What are we passing?
It's a lot of hilly, like grassy hills. There are a few rivers around, some trees. It's
Wait,
open.
you said there are rivers?
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Now that my mind's on those tadpoles from the swamp, I want some fish. Let's go get some fresh fish, not this ocean fish crap.
I would try some fish.
Oh, Tana, you want to learn how to fish? We have a really cool way of fishing down here.
Okay.
So it's called noodling. Have you ever done it before?
No.
Okay, so
but-
what you want to do is you're going to get into the water all the way in.
Wait.
And you're going to stick your hand in these holes and wait for the fish to bite your hand, and then you pull it out, and then you got the fish.
I'm just staring at you incredulously. You want me to get in the river? Okay, I'm bored. I'm not that bored.
That's not what you do. You shoot lightning into the water, and then they get electrocuted.
Couldn't I just shoot a fireball in there and,
I don't
and
think that'll
barbecue all of them first?
you turn yourself into a bigger fish, and then you go catch the smaller fish.
No. These ideas, they are nonsense. I can teach you the proper way to fish. Mo, your idea is an excellent way to succumb to the venom of the river snake.
Yeah,
JR.
that has happened. That's true.
While effective, it will destroy the ecosystem entirely. Fireballs. And Finian, that is always a bigger fish. So, let us lather ourselves and commence.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll sit this one out.
Lather.
Well, I am kind of bored. And it's never a good thing when I get bored.
Raphiram takes a few steps away from you.
But on the other hand, it's water.
You can get only minimally wet.
Okay, let's go fishing.
I'll take the lead and I'll actually run off to the river.
Okay, not how I thought this episode would go, but there's a river.
I'll be running after you. To the river. That's novel.
As I approach the river, I'm going to find some of the shallows where the water is more or less still. I assume this isn't some raging
No, you
crazy
find
rapids or
it's a
anything.
stream.
I'll step in it and look around for a brief moment before reaching down into it and pulling up a big patch of algae and undergrowth. I'm scooping it off the rocks as I move them away, and I will throw each of you a chunk of it expectantly.
I think I'm just going to observe, if that's okay with you.
I suppose it is the three of us then. First, we must smell like the fish.
And so
There
I'll
it
begin
is.
lathering myself with the algae.
I'll just exchange looks with JR.
If you do not do this, the fish will know you are not one of them. And the entire exercise is futile.
Still perched on the side of the stream like a gargoyle, I will reach down and kind of start to rub it on my body while grimacing.
Can't you just make like a fishing pole or something?
This is a gift. Fishing is like a religion for them. We should listen to the master.
Yes, one could use a fishing pole, but you will lose the experience and not catch the tastiest morsel. If you cast a line into the river, any fish may take it. Be them
Just
small
go,
or
JR.
large.
I'll shove him in the water next to Heen while taking 2 steps backwards.
I'll shrug and drop the algae in the water now that I'm done lathering myself up.
I'll just be sitting in the water.
Next is to feel the rhythm of the pool. This is a river, and rivers have a different energy, so it may be more difficult. However, we it can still be accomplished. JR is already taking the initiative, I see, and I'll wink at Tana.
I'll lean in and put my ear next to the water to listen to the supposed rhythm, but I'm not going to touch the water with my ear. No.
I'll start slapping the water. Is this the rhythm?
I can hear it. I can hear the rhythm of the water.
You can hear it better if you use your palm. And I'll lean over and put my palm down on it and move my hand with the waves as they crest.
I'll put my hand on top of your hand, still not touching the water.
I'll sink my hand in.
I'll yelp and kind of shake the water droplets off my hand. Okay, I felt the rhythm. What's next?
Next is to enter the mind of the fish.
I'll close my eyes.
This exercise might be different for you. However, envision yourself as a fish. Your feet are fins, your hands are also fins.
I'm holding my hands up like fins and imagining a firefish.
And it is eating time. You are very famished. A juicy worm has found its way into the river, and it is time to eat.
Is a worm like a noodle?
It is like a natural noodle, I believe.
What a horrible term.
I turn to Dargus.
Yeah.
And I say to him,
Wait, you got Dargus back?
I did. In fact, as we left the area outside of Applestead, I used my newfound ability to turn into a bird, to turn into a crow, and I went on a pig hunt.
Yeah, he was just with the angry mob.
What, did he chase off the sensei too?
Yeah. He wanted a piece of the action.
Bad Dargus. Man. I found him and somehow conveyed to him to come with me, even though I was a crow.
Yep. So
Sat on his back.
Yeah, Dargus is with you.
Yeah. So I turn to Dargus while this is happening. I say,
This is much more complicated than finding mushrooms, isn't it?
and we walk off into the woods looking for mushrooms together.
I'll shake my head. Mushrooms have no sense of unity. They are all only a single individual. The fish are delicate. And I'll put my hand back out on the river again and close my eyes and hum slightly.
Almost immediately, a fish comes up and begins gently nibbling his finger.
I'll peek one eye open to see what's happening. JR, are you seeing this? There's a fish.
I'll be in the deepest part with my hands around my neck, flopping them like gills.
I'll shake my head. This is not the fish. And it'll continue nibbling at my hands, which are lathered with the algae. And I will slowly place my hands down and crawl into the river.
It's like a reverse swamp thing.
The fish doesn't seem phased and just continues to eat. And as I wait and continue to hum, I'll peek one eye open at Tana.
I'm still perched like a gargoyle watching really closely at what's happening.
After a second or two, another fish joins, and then another. And I watch as the fish come and go for a brief time. And eventually, a very large, very yellow trout appears. And I will peek my eye open again and wink at Tana. This is the fish.
What do we do? And whatever it is, can I do it from here?
No. And if I move, the fish will disappear.
Are you saying I need to get in the water?
I'll see JR in the water, but I'm going to grin to myself. Yes.
Okay. I'll like shake myself out like a boxer. And I will stick one clawed toe in there after taking off my boots, followed by another clawed toe.
Remember,
Oh,
you are the fish. Fish do not have claws. When you go in, you must go in as the fish and grab it from behind. See, fish have small attentions, unlike humans. And
What was that?
Grab it from the tail. Just grab it from the tail.
Okay, I've got this. I've got this. And I will plug my nose and I will topple in side first.
Graceful.
Just flopping. With
Flailing
my
in the
hands
water.
and feet.
It's like 3 feet deep.
Am I doing it? Am I doing it?
The fish immediately escapes when you flop into the
I don't know
stream.
that. I'm still flailing trying to get it. Am I getting it? Am I getting it?
I will sigh, standing up, holding a purple harpoon that has the fish on the other end, and turn to JR.
We should have used a fishing rod.
Mo, you're off alone, and after a few minutes, someone sits next to you. It's Raphiram. Do you mind if I take a seat? I've already sat, but do you mind?
No, man. Feel free. I mean, I feel like you kind of need to sit in the shade with. I mean, like it's gotta hurt, right?
It's incredibly painful, yes. I know what a man looks like when he has a lot on his mind.
You know, for the first time in my life, I feel like I actually do have a lot on my mind, and I don't know how people operate like this.
One step at a time.
Sorry, I just thought of modus operandus. I'm sorry.
If you'd like to talk while the rest of your group is flopping around in the stream.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna be honest. I knew the minute the Heen said lather, it was not gonna be a good time. So.
I got a fish! I got a fish, Heen!
No, Tana, that is a leaf.
Then why is it wiggling?
You are too excited and are flailing it.
Oh.
I'll look through Raphiram. Do you ever just feel like you're like the smartest person in a group?
I led a group of 6 elves, and we capsized. And I worried. For a long time, I worried I was the only one who lived. So, yes, I thought maybe I was the smartest.
Yeah, I just, man, I don't know. Like, you realize you've been taken for a ride for years, and it's like, wow, man, I don't know what else. Like, what all have I been missing? You know?
How long were you at the monastery?
Oh man, it had to have been at least 3 years, I would imagine.
3 years. I was there for 4 nights. And do you know what Sensei said to me? This man, Horace, I believe his name was.
Yeah.
After asking me for 300 gold to join the monastery, he told me, don't think of it as a debt. Think of it as an investment in yourself. What a load of bullshit. You...
Yeah, I didn't... I'll scratch my neck. Yeah, that's totally stupid. No one would buy into that. I'll start sweating.
It's all right. He was a convincing man. It will take time for the monks to rebuild, to heal, and to live better lives, but change must start somewhere.
Right. I just... Man, I know it was a scam, but, like, I really do feel like I learned some stuff. And just on top of all of that, I mean, like, most of us were good people. We were just... I mean, like, I went there because I just couldn't help... I couldn't help my parents. I wasn't good at anything. I couldn't cut the wood. You know, I couldn't find a job. And I figured, you know, because I was just always busy thinking, having fun, not worrying. And, you know, we heard about the monastery and it was like, oh, you know, you get to hone your skills. You get to learn the whole philosophy of balance between life. And, you know, it only costed me 15 gold, but that was like...
Oh, what a steal.
Well,
literally, he was stealing your gold.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was all of our life savings. Because, I mean, like, as you can see, we're not, like, the wealthiest island around.
No, Belior is a shithole.
Yeah.
I'd like to leave this place as quickly as possible. Your people are barbaric, if you don't mind me saying. I have been captured and tortured 3 times.
Yeah, that's normal run of the mill. Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to leave too, but I got to talk to my parents first, you know, and at least give them as much money as I can give back and make it so I'm not a disappointment. That would be pretty good.
You're not a disappointment, Mo. You're a kid growing up.
Thanks, Raphiram. I need to hear that. That's comforting, man. Thanks.
He'll nod and then just sit quietly with you. And you continue along the road. Maybe with fish, probably mostly from Heen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure these heathens want to cook it first, but I'll carve my section out and then cook it.
I will actually use a spell slot to use Fire Shield to dry off my clothes.
Tana is just steaming as the water rises off of her.
I am literally steaming.
After a few days of travel, plains and hills give way to woodland, and before the day's done, you find a village situated up on a big wooded foothill. Mo, you know this place. It's been many years, but this is home. Dirt paths branch off from the cobblestone road, leading to various wood houses and other buildings. The village is very quiet, aside from the echoes of lumber being chopped. You're spared little more than glances from the few dedicated lumberjacks you see.
Oh, guys, is it just me, or is like the air in here really oppressive? Like, it's hot. Is it hot? I feel like it's hot.
I think the air on this whole island is oppressive.
So is the government.
The sun on this side of the world is oppressive to me.
Wait till you go to Mount Orem.
Guys, just if you don't mind, if you could give me like a half hour or something, I want to go. I just want to go talk to my parents really quick, and then I'll meet you guys back here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to introduce my parents to us either.
Rafirim nods. Yep.
Okay, man.
All right, I'll.
Aren't you forgetting something? And I'll hand you a bag of gold.
And a fish.
Thank you.
Give him a fish, too.
I'll shrug and reach into my bag of holding. It'll take me a couple minutes or a couple seconds of just fondling around, and I'll pull a fish out. Here you go.
For your
Thanks,
parents. Tell them it's from your friends.
Yeah, thanks. Just holding it in one hand.
And he and I are just looking at you with big grins on our faces.
They will appreciate that fish. I know it.
They're going to love it.
I'll turn and walk, start walking towards where my house is, and I'll say under my breath, why are they always so slimy?
Wait, the fish or us?
or Gith.
Okay.
The rest of you, as Mo leaves, he leaves you at, I guess, what is the village center? Really just an intersection of dirt paths. But here there's a message board that stands with artist renditions of 7 people, each surrounded by a red circle. I assume you look at these with nothing else to do?
Yeah.
7 people.
Beautiful artwork.
Surrounded by circles. It sounds a little bit like this 7 strongest people thing that we might have learned about
Interesting.
recently.
Or irrelevant. Could be a red herring. That's why they're circled. in red.
No, it was blue.
Oh.
And tasty, too.
A herring or a trout?
Yeah, I thought it was an orange trout, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, we'll check it out.
Among them is a cross-eyed monk with a top knot. A man stroking his handlebar mustache with one hand and holding a bowl of ketchup noodles in the other. A literal demon engulfed in flames. An extremely handsome elf in immaculate artistic detail. A being more frog than Gith, with one large blue eye where 2 eyes should be.
Wait, these are us? I'm a demon?
No, that was me. You have the mustache.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
I like that I'm very handsome in this picture.
A young ASMR man, his gray skin riddled with scars, and a woman dwarf with a tea leaf adorning her auburn hair. There's an 8th picture, this one circled in gray instead of red. It's of Prince Morath.
Uh-oh.
The Prince Morath we know,
The dead
or the
one.
real one. We have to assume it's the real one.
Yeah, it's probably a missing poster for the real Prince Morath.
What happened to it?
These aren't like a wanted felon.
There are no words, just red circles around these pictures.
Am I familiar with these?
with any of these pictures?
Or
I
with,
think
with
with
this
the-
concept of
yeah.
like the presumably bounty system.
You're from Bellior, so you know a lot of the backwater villagers are illiterate, and so instead of using words, they use colored circles. Red being wanted,
Makes sense.
gray being missing.
So I was right, and we're screwed.
Well,
Great.
yeah.
Why is it always a demon?
It's a good thing I'm not that handsome.
Mo, near your house is a small hill clear of trees where a handful of crudely made gravestones are scattered haphazardly. Near the freshest of these is an old golden retriever. He's sleeping curled up on one of the graves.
Tater! I'll run over and I don't know if I want to scare him away because I don't think I'm going to. So I'll walk over loudly so he hears someone coming.
He's an old dog, but he opens his eyes slowly, and when he sees you, all of his age vanishes, and he stands up and runs over to you. He pees on your leg and passes out. That was it. The excitement was too much for him.
No! I'll give him a big old hug and then I'll take that fish and I'll just put it next to him. It was cooked, right?
Oh no, it was a raw
Oh,
fish,
man.
and in fact, it's still wet.
Yeah, it's totally raw. It might be alive for all we know. Your pocket is pretty wet.
I think we need a medicine check.
He'll sniff the fish and wake up.
Yeah, me too, buddy. And I'll throw the fish.
He'll go run off to get it.
God, and you said my grave is probably here, isn't it?
Do you look?
Yeah. I mean, I can't read, but I'm going to look. I'm sure there's like a newer grave that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, there is a newer one. And you can't read, but you do know what your name looks like.
Oh, and it's there?
Yep.
Oh, wow. God, I'm just going to stare at that for a second. That's a lot.
Yeah, there's a message written in it. There's certainly more letters than just your name, but you have no idea what it says.
I'll just stare at it for a second and be mad at myself for never learning how to read. Then I'll take a moment. And I'm going to stand up and head over to the house.
Yeah, your rickety old house is nearby, but the smell of fresh home cooking gives it an air of comfort. And you're immediately brought back to your youth. You're, being a little kid. You can hear laughter coming from inside.
Huh, they're laughing. God, I'm gonna... Is there like an open window or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your family was never wealthy enough for glass.
Fair.
So you have openings in your house.
God, I'm gonna sneak over and I'm just gonna peek in the window.
Yeah. Sneaking to the window, you find your mother serving food to your brothers and sisters. She covers her laugh with a hand as your youngest brother quietly is sneaking spoons into your sister's braid. Everyone's just enjoying time together.
And they all they just look happy.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
they look like they're making the most of things.
I'm just gonna watch for who knows even how much time until I just can't take it anymore, and then I'm gonna kind of slowly, walk away from the window, and I'm gonna just walk over to the front door, and I'm just gonna put the pouch of gold right on the stoop. And I'm just gonna look one last time, and then I'm gonna turn and walk away.
Your dog, fish in mouth, will run to the front door and stop there and look back at you.
I'll just give him one last wave again before using monk speed to get out of there before the door opens. I don't want to do it. I can't. Yeah, I'm going to take off because I'm assuming the dog's barking, so.
He's now scratching at the door.
Yeah, I'm taking off. And I'm just going to head back to the town square as quick as I can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you find your friends looking at pictures.
Hey guys, oh wow, those drawings are sick. Who made those?
People who are coming after us, I think. You're back already?
Oh. Yeah, no, it was, they were pretty busy. They were just cutting wood. I stopped by and told them, hey, sorry about all the the gold that I lost, but here I'm repaying you guys tenfold, and I got some friends that I got to travel with, but I'll be back. So we're all squared away. I told them I'll be back in like 2 or 3 months or whatever. So we're good to go.
They were so happy to see you, right? I mean, they thought you were dead. They must have been overjoyed.
Yeah, it was interesting because like I think they've had enough time to move on. Like Mo was dead for a while, so it's probably like they're probably really shocked. Like that's a lot to go through. So I just they probably have to sit on that for a while, before reality sinks in. So
I feel like you weren't gone very long.
Yeah, I just my relationship is kind of strained with them a little bit, so it was just like a quick pop in. Hey guys, like I'm actually not dead. I don't know who you buried. Okay, bye. But anyway, yeah, these red circles mean we're wanted, right? That's probably not good.
No, I can't think it is.
Well, I'm glad your family thing went by so good. I'll pat you on the back, but we should probably leave.
No, that's exactly what I was thinking. We should probably leave now. Soon. Like tonight.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, where are we headed? Swamp, right? Let's go there.
Yeah.
With a wanted bounty on our heads.
Well, we'll have to figure that out when we get there. From what I've heard from Finian, that's kind of your whole shtick.
Hold on one second. And I will lean down and put my finger in some mud and draw gray circles around our red circles. I mean, it won't work when it rains next, but at least they'll think we're dead until then.
Hey, it's something.
All right.
And you leave Skystead.
As soon as we're away from the board, I'm gonna just look at them. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the back. I'm gonna run back and rip my picture off.
Okay.
Oh,
that doesn't need to stay there.
I could have done that.
Poster? It's a poster, not a painting.
Yeah, it's a
Oh, Jesus.
Too late now.
It's more of I just don't want my family to see it. So, but yeah, I'm gonna take that.
All right. And with that, you leave, following the road to North Harbor and to war. And that is where we'll pick up next week.
What?
Thank you all for listening to our podcast.
But stop! This isn't over.
And a special thanks to our deity patrons, Linda Mundorf and PM.
Yeah, you said war.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, God.
Our Celestials, David Green and Ironjaw, and our hero, Chris Matowski, and all of our adventurers. That's all I have for today. See you next week.
See you guys.
Nerds.
I don't want to repay them with your guys' gold, though, if that makes sense.
But you guys were paid.
From what?
He
No.
gave all
Dwarf.
of his gold to the stupid rings, remember?
Oh, you stupid motherfucker.
You guys.
He has like 4,000 gold. It's all coming back to me.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Okay, never
can we-
mind. Sorry,
can-
disregard.
can we
You
redo
horny
that?
son of a
At
bitch.
level 10, that's going to be so good.
Sorry. You motherfucker.
I need it.